Another roadblock we may put in our career path is the problem of minimizing. We may minimize ourselves in an effort to create room for others. We want to be inclusive. We want to bring others alongside, so we minimize who we are, what we do, our contribution, and raise up other people. But in the process, we've diminished ourselves. We can bring other people alongside us, talk about their strengths, the value they add, without taking away any of what we have contributed. And when we do that, we make the whole team stronger. When we look at all of us in terms of what we have contributed, rather than stepping back, letting others step ahead of us. So when we do that, when we minimize our efforts, well, I really didn't do that much. It was the team who did it, right? I only had a small part. So there's a lot of ways in which we go about minimizing ourselves. But the message is, I'm really not big enough for this role, and I really don't belong here. And so there's a sense of uncertainty that we bring. Sometimes we say, I'm sorry, I need to ask, when there's nothing that we need to apologize for. We did nothing wrong. You go into an office and you go, I'm sorry for bothering you. Perhaps a more valuable thing to do is to say, can I have a moment, please? There's an important question regarding this project that's due tomorrow that I need clarification for. It's a whole lot different than saying, I'm sorry for bothering you, right? Your manager is as concerned about the quality of what you're doing as you are. And so being able to put it in that context of, I really need input rather than apologizing, says that you are there, you're important, your role is important, takes away the uncertainty of your role in terms of what you're doing. There are times in cultures where there's an expectation that women will minimize their role in their group and in the work that they do, especially in Asian cultures. And so if that is part of your culture, it's something to be really mindful of, because if you're not mindful, you fall into that trap and people look at it as being uncertain. I know for me, one of the things that I struggled with in coming from Japan to America was there's phrases in Japan that you must always use, and they're apologetic. So you must say, I'm sorry, or you diminish who you are in order to let the group feel important, because your role as an individual is not as important as it is within the group. And so when you're working in a multicultural, multinational context, being aware of your culture and how that may diminish you becomes really important for women to think through, and to perhaps even have a mentor or coach come alongside of you to help you move through that, because it is a strong cultural background and perspective that you have, and it's one that needs to be shed, particularly if you're working in Anglo-Saxon, European types of environments. So on that note, have a wonderful day.